Hi, boys and girls. This is part 2 of P24, and we're going to go to this problem right here. We're still doing improper fractions turned into mixed numbers. Up here, the reason I circled this is to show you that whatever your divisor is, that has to be your denominator because it's your denominator over here. We're not changing that. All right, so 19 over 8, or 19 divided by 8, or 19/8. Here we have 19 divided by 8. How many groups of 8 go into 19? 2. 2 times 8 is 16. When you subtract, you get 3. So you, instead of writing your remainder as R3 like we used to do when we were doing division, now we're writing it as a fraction, and we're writing it as 3/8 because it's eighths that we're dealing with. So 19/8 is equal to 2 3/8. Now we're going to change gears a little bit because this is another thing you will be asked to do in P24. What if you start with a mixed number? How can you change that into an improper fraction? Well, up here we divided. Down here, we're going to multiply. We're going to keep the denominator the same. So if we're talking about fourths, when we end, we're going to have fourths. Here's what you do. You take your whole number, that's 10. You multiply it by the denominator, and you add the numerator. So I did that over here. I said 10, I put that little X in there to show you times. I drew this little arrow. What are we multiplying it by? We're multiplying by 4. So 10 times 4 gives you 40. And then I said add this. So 40 plus 3 right here gives you 43 fourths. So 10 3/4 is equal to 43 fourths. Let's try that again. 8 5/8. This is a mixed number. We want to change it to an improper fraction. An improper fraction means that the numerator, the top number, is going to be bigger than the denominator. So we multiply 8 times the denominator. 8 times 8 gives you 64. And then we add the numerator. 64 plus 5 gives you 69. Keep the denominator the same. So 8 5/8 is equal to 69/8. I actually think these problems are kind of fun. I can hear some kids in class saying, I get it, these are fun. So I hope you're one of those. So if we have this mixed number, 9 5/6, we want to change it into an improper fraction. We're going to multiply 9 times 6. I like to draw my arrows to show what I'm doing. 9 times 6 is 54. I wrote that there. And then I add this 5. I showed you that right there. 54 plus 5 is 59. Keep the denominator the same. So draw that over a 6. And then if we have 2 1/12, we're going to say 2 times 12 gives us 24. We're going to add that numerator. That will give us 25 for 25 twelfths. Now we could, if you think about this, we could take this and say, if this means 25 divided by 12, let's think about that. How many groups of 12 will go into 25? 2. Then how many would we have left over? We would have 1 left over, 1/12. So that's a way we could check our work right there. So remember, whether you are going from a mixed number to an improper fraction or an improper fraction to a mixed number, you have to keep the denominator the same. If you're dealing with fourths, fourths is always going to be on the bottom. If you're dealing with sixth, sixth is always going to be on the bottom. And same up here. If you're dealing with halves, halves is going to be your denominator. Good luck.